What's up guys, Adam here with Adam's Hair Stuff, and in today's video I'm going to be going over what I think makes a good barber from a client's point of view and what to look out for and to see, is your barber really that good? So let's get into it. Alright guys, but before we get into that, if you are new to the channel, I am Adam. I'm a professional barber and I like to make YouTube videos on men's grooming, men's lifestyle, barbering videos, barbering tutorials, and other things that pertain to being, the best man that you can possibly be. So if that interests you and you like what you see, be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and also give me a like. The first thing that I would recommend you as a client to look for in your barber is, does he show legitimate interest in actually cutting your hair? Okay, and what I mean by that is, does it seem like he has a passion for what he's doing? Does he take his time to actually figure out exactly what it is you are trying to portray to him for what you want for your haircut and your specific style? Okay, now there's a lot of guys out there who just cut hair, and that's what they do. They just do it as a job and they do it to get by. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with going to getting into this industry to make money. Okay, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but what I'm saying is there's a fine line there. Okay, me personally, I like cutting hair. I like making people look good. I try my best at it with every client that I do. Now some days, yeah, it's like any other job. Okay, we are gonna have our days as barbers where we feel tired or we're overwhelmed, where maybe that day we got into a fight with our wife or our girlfriend, or a death in the family happened. Shit happens, it's life. And you got to understand that happens, and it affects our mood and our ability to do our job sometimes. But at the same time, it's our job as barbers to make you feel like you look fucking great. Okay, so if you are not leaving the barbershop where you feel like, man, I feel like fucking $1 million right now. I want to hit the town. I want to go out. I feel fucking great about myself. Then maybe you need to find a new barber. Okay, it sucks, but that's the cold hard truth, man. If you do not feel like you look great after you get your hair cut, then you probably should look for other options. Now, the reason why I think that is so important is because there's so much power in a haircut. Okay, a lot of people don't understand that a haircut can change a person's demeanor. It can change a person's whole view about themselves, about how they fucking look to the world. It has so much to do with feeling confident. Man, a good haircut can make a guy who was homeless feel like he actually has a purpose in the world now. Okay, I've seen it. I've seen guys who have come in, they look down on themselves. They don't look like they have any energy in themselves, and they're just like, blah, whatever. But after they get done and out of the chair, and you give them that mirror, they look at themselves, and they'll pull up the mirror and be like, oh wow, oh man, this looks great. Like you can just tell in their face and their eyes, just, man, I look good, I feel good. It's automatic like that. And if you don't feel like that after the barber, then again, you just need to probably look for something else or explain that, because that is in itself is a powerful thing. So make sure that you are feeling good when you leave that shop. Okay, the next thing that I say to look out for as a client when you're at the barber shop is, does your barber give you good recommendations? Okay, now what I mean by that is, does he recommend good products for you? Does he or she recommend what can work or what doesn't work for your specific style or even your specific face shape? Okay, because there's a lot that goes into cutting hair. We don't just show up and just cut hair and that's it. You're in the chair and you're out. Okay, some barbers do that, and if you feel like you are going to a barber that's like that, again, go somewhere else, find something better, because I guarantee there probably is. Okay, so do they recommend, like say you go to your barber and you say, I want to switch up the hairstyle. Okay, and you're explaining to them what it is, showing them pictures or whatever it is, and they're just like, yeah, cool, we can make it happen. Yeah, that works. No, man, you want to make sure that they are thoroughly going through it with you and making sure that that is specifically what you want and if it's best for you, okay? Because a lot goes into just the haircut itself, okay? It's not just about the haircut, I should say. It's about your overall look, your overall persona that you are giving off as an individual, okay? Does that fit you? Okay, if a guy comes into my barbershop and he is some guy who just, you know, looks just like a regular Joe who, you know, doesn't do much about styling his hair, he's just more of a natural, lets it do its thing, I'm not gonna give him a fucking pompadour or an undercut or something that is high maintenance for them, that they have to go and blow dry and throw in product and do all this shit to make it look good for themselves. No, that does not suit that person's lifestyle. That does not suit who they are, okay? So you gotta make sure that you're going to a barber that understands who you are as an individual and can look at you as an overall person and say, you know what, that probably would not fit this guy because, you know, this or that. Maybe he's not a clean cut guy. Maybe he doesn't like to look like that. And you go in and you fucking lining him up and giving him a crispy ass beard and pulling out fucking, you see him pulling out a bunch of dyes and sprays and shit. That's probably not the right barber for you if you are just a guy who just likes to keep shit natural and just fucking, you know, get up, throw their hair in, you know, out of the shower, mess it up, and go on your way. That's probably not the best for you, okay? Now also, do they give you good recommendations when it comes to products and stuff like that? What are you looking for, you know? When I get a client in the chair and they ask, you know, what would you recommend? I say, all right, well, how do you typically like to style your hair? And they'll tell me either I like it to do it messy or I like to do it slicked up or whatever. The next thing I say is, well, okay, do you like it to be shiny? Do you like it to be matte? Do you like it to have a natural look? And they'll tell you what they want, and then you give them a recommendation based on that, because there's products that suit everybody. There's pomade, which is guys who want to slick it up and be really tight and precise with their hair. Nice shine, that kind of thing. And there's guys who like it more natural, who just want something that's easy. They put in, throw it up, and mess it up, and there they go. And then there's guys who want a high textured product that, you know, they style their hair messy and they like a lot of texture and you know, they like it to be more flashy or some shit. So you gotta make sure your barber is giving you good recommendations on products, on the haircut itself, and just making sure that it fits you, okay? So that's another big thing to look for in your barber. Okay, so another thing that you want to look out for your barber is, are they punctual, okay? So what I mean by that is, do they respect your time as a client, okay? Because that's very important, okay? Because especially for somebody like me, a barber like me, okay, I take appointments only. That's it. I'm an appointment only barber, okay? So that means that that specific time that you book for me, if you have a 2:30 appointment, I'm doing my best to get you in my chair at 2:30, and I'm gonna do my best to fucking give you that haircut in that allotted time that you are with me. Now, some haircuts are easier than others and you can get them done faster, okay? That's just the name of the game. So, like, if a guy comes in my chair and he says, I want a 4 on the sides and 1/2 inch off the top. For me, that's an easy cut to do. And I've done it many times. So that haircut would probably take me 20 minutes to do. And I do half-hour appointments, okay? So, you know, you got to keep that in mind too. What is your haircut? You know, is it a hard haircut? Is it an easy haircut? Is it something that your barber can knock out pretty easy? Just make sure that whatever it is that you're getting, your barber gives a fuck about your time, for you being there, for being loyal to him, to fucking showing up and giving him money for your service, okay? Because a lot of guys, you know, you go to a barber and you start to think that they're your friend, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, you gotta remember, this is a professional. He's working for something. I'm paying him for a service, okay? So make sure that he is punctual and cares about your fucking time. If he's calling you and canceling you all the time, all the time because some shit happened, maybe you should go somewhere else, okay? Because, you know, how bad does he really need that, or how much does he really care about his clients? So you want somebody that cares about your time and cares about you as a client and shows that through being punctual. All right, guys, so those are basically the main things that I would say to look out for when you are going to your barber, or you're looking for a new barber, if you moved and you're trying to find somebody that can cut your hair. But also, just to touch on this a little bit, is to just make sure your barber listens, okay? Listens to you and really shows interest, again, in what you are trying to portray to them, okay? Because that's how we gather our information to make sure that we know exactly what we're doing with your hair, okay? Because I know some guys that probably went to a barber, this probably happened to everybody, go to a barber, you tell them what you want, and it is totally nothing like what you were imagining. Because that's where the biggest mistakes happen when it comes to getting your hair cut, is the client consultation is not being on the same page when it comes to getting your hair cut. Okay, so you want to make sure that your barber is really listening to what you're actually fucking saying. All right, if you tell them you want a 4 on the sides and tapers on the sides, and he goes in and you see him take, a 2 to it, you're like, holy shit, this is a lot shorter than I thought. I mean, that's probably just miscommunication. He probably didn't hear you right, or he just wasn't paying attention because of distractions, whatever. If you have a barber like that, man, then you need to go somewhere else. Okay, someone that listens to you, gives a fuck about exactly what you're trying to portray to them, showing them pictures, stuff like that. That makes a big difference, is showing your barber pictures. And I'm not saying some shitty picture where you're facing the camera. Take good pictures of the haircut that you really liked. If you got a good haircut, take some good pictures of it, okay? Have your friend or your wife or whoever grab the camera and take pictures of the front, the side, the back, and also make sure, if you can, if you go to a barber that you like and you are going somewhere else where you know that you're going to have to find a new barber, ask him what the haircut is specifically and write it down, because that will help out so much if you're going to a new barber. And that will, right there will probably eliminate so many bad haircuts for you. Trust me. Okay. And another thing I want to touch on is, you got to understand that when it comes to barbering and the whole barbering community as a whole, there are different styles of cutting hair. There's different styles of barbering, okay? You got guys who specialize in doing fades and lineups and designs. You got guys who are more precise with their shears, who do more shear work, and guys who do more old school cuts, pompadour, side parts, flat tops, stuff of that nature. So you got to kind of find a shop that caters to what you really are looking for. Okay, there's different things, different kind of barbering. Okay, if you walk into a hood shop where they do fucking lineups all day and fades and designs, and you tell them, hey, I want an all over shear cut, they're probably gonna be like, they'll probably do it, but I guarantee you it's not gonna be a fucking haircut that you like, because that's not what they specialize in. They are not trained as well to use shears and understand elevation and shape of a haircut with shears. Okay, the same thing goes for a guy who, if you're a guy who wants a fucking crispy lineup, a design, hard part, and some fucking Beijing or dye, and you go into an old school barbershop, you're not going to get that, man. That's not what they specialize in. So you got to understand that. You got to find the shop that suits your need. Again, barbering is kind of separate in that kind of way. There's different styles for different people. Everyone cuts hair differently. So you got to find a barber that you like the way they actually cut. That's the biggest advice that I can give you as a client, okay, from a barber's perspective, is you need to find a guy that cuts your hair the way you like, the shop that you like, okay? That will help you out so much when it comes to finding a barber. And another good thing that you guys can do if you guys are looking for a new barber is Instagram, okay? Social media. Go to Instagram and type in on your search bar, there's an area where you can see places. Look, type in a hashtag, and whatever town you're in. So if you're in Denver, type in hashtag Denver Barber. Go through that shit, man. You'll find so many haircut pictures, and if you find something that catches your eye, look at where they're at. Look at the shop. Usually they'll tag their shop and show where they're cutting. That's the beauty of social media in this industry. So that is a big tip that I can give you guys if you guys are looking for a new barber. So again, this video is mainly for if you guys are liking or trying to find out if your barber is a good barber and whatnot, but also I want to give you guys a few tips and tricks on how to find a good barber as well, okay? And that is probably one of the biggest ways to find a good barber is just go on Instagram, look it up on your search bar, type in Denver Barber or Houston Barber, Atlanta Barber, whatever city you're in, and see what is out there, okay? That is my biggest recommendations for you, coming from a barber. Well, right on, guys, that wraps it up for this video, okay? So I also wanted to let you guys know that I have an Amazon storefront online for you guys. I am an Amazon associate, so anything that you guys click on and you buy through those links, affiliate links in the description below, I get compensated for. So I'd be very, very thankful, and I really appreciate it if you guys would go on there and check out some of the stuff that I have on my storefront. There's pomades, there's men's grooming stuff, shaving equipment, there's EDC stuff that I show that I like to carry on a daily basis. There's a bunch of stuff on there, so if you guys are interested in that, links in the description below. Be sure to check that out, and again, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys pick something up. That would be awesome. But again, guys, if you guys liked this video, again, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and give me a like if you like what you saw. Also, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys want to see next. And also, if you guys have any questions about this subject in specific, when it comes to, about a barber and finding a barber or anything like that, leave a comment below and I'll try to get back to you. But yeah, guys, this is Adam with Adam's Hair Stuff. We will see you guys next time. Take it easy.